Okay, we got the hat done. Now we're getting ready to start on the character, but as you can see I got a bunch of brushes left over in here from painting the hat, which I need to clean, so I think I'll just give you a little tip on cleaning your brushes. Go down to Walmart or Home Depot and buy you a little tub of this brush cleaner. It'll last you a long, long time, and it's great for cleaning out your brushes. You can see mine getting kind of down there. Water will clean them out, but it won't get them real clean. So just soap it up real good, like that. Kind of run it through your hands, fingers, and wash out all that paint that you can get out of there. Then rinse her out. As you can see, it cleans it up really nice. Okay, and lay that down there and kind of wipe the soap off my hands. Now, sometimes you'll forget to clean your brush.
It's on the outside of that little finger. Outside of the little finger.
Sometimes you'll forget to clean your brush. Sometimes you'll forget to clean your brush several times. And in that case, put that aside, get my little thing out here, find my brush in here. I found one here just a minute ago that was filthy. Find it again, there it is right there. If you have good brushes, these things will last a long, 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 long time. Now this is my favorite brush here. One of my favorites. You can see just by looking at it, I have used this thing a lot. Actually, I've had this brush, I'd say, for over 15 years. And every character I've done in those 15 years, if not more, I've painted using this brush. Not completely, but for a lot of it. It's all frayed up here at the end, but there's still a lot of life in it. And the reason that there's a lot of life in it is because, first of all, it's a good brush, and second of all, I take good care of them as much as I can. Now, when you're buying brushes, don't go to Walmart and buy some of those cheap brushes that you see hanging in a package, because they're cheap. They're not going to last you. So you'll lose their points. They won't hold paint like a good brush will. Go to an art store or Home Depot, not Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, a place like that, or Amazon or something, but I'd suggest you go down to Hobby Lobby and just check out their brushes. And what you want to look for, it's not a cheap brush. You'll have to pay some money for it. And believe me, some of them aren't cheap. This brush here, I bought it years and years and years ago. It's a watercolor brush. It cost 36 bucks. But like I say, I bought it years and years and years and years ago, and it outlasted so many other brushes that it's more than paid for itself. But you want to get a sable brush, not a camel hair, not squirrel hair. Look for sable, because sable is real fine hair, and it absorbs paint real well, which is what you want, and it'll retain its point on the end. So that's just a little hint on what to buy. Now, to clean a brush that you forgot to keep clean, go get your wife's hairspray if you're married, or if you're not, go down and buy some hairspray. I guess all guys do that now, a lot of them anyway. Mousse. Don't use mousse, use hairspray. What this is, it's lacquer. Believe it or not, women put this stuff on their hair. Spray out some in your pan here. Get a nice pool of it there. And what this lacquer in that stuff there will do is it will eat out the paint that's in here, clean it out. You can see this thing's stiff. So the way I do it, you can't see my little pool there. There it is. Load your brush up and then just start rolling it back and forth like this. That way, by pushing down on that ferrule where the hair of the brush meets the ferrule, you're busting that paint up back there. And as you can see, the paint's starting to come out of there now. This, I'd rinse this brush out in my tub over there. when I finish painting, but I didn't spend that much time really giving it a good cleaning. And the more I do this, the more that stuff will come out. But like I say, don't sit there and do this to it, because you'll destroy your brush if you do that. Just continually rolling it back and forth. And after a while you can stop. Stuff will rinse out with water. Then get your tub and wash it out in your soap here. And then a good thing to remember also is after you do that, kind of form your tip. And just leave that soap in there. And let that brush just lay there and dry. And then when you get ready to use it, that soap will wash right out of there. And you'll have your brush back, and its tip will be formed. See there, the tip's back. This is an old brush because I bought it probably the same time as I brought that other one. But after a while, these brushes, every one of them, no matter what brush you buy, it'll form, it has its own shape. See the tip on this one here? This one's really pronounced because this is a fairly new brush, where this is an older brush and its tip is kind of worn down to where there's hardly any tip left. It's all frayed out and worn off on the end, but this one hasn't done that yet. You want that tip. That's an important, don't try to sit there and bend it back around like that thinking you're going to straighten that thing out, because you're not. It's going to go right back the way it was before. So when you're painting, you know, you can use that tip to your advantage in a lot of instances by, reaching into a tight spot with it. And remember, when you paint with the tip, you always want to go with the direction that the tip is, like that. Not like that, because when you paint like this with that tip, it's opening that brush up to where if you turn around and you paint with the tip like this, it retains its tip. Okay? So anyway, that's how you keep your brushes and make them last a long, 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 long time. And just wipe that stuff up. Put that away. I got 8 minutes. I'm going to go wash my hands and we'll come back and start on this guy. Okay, I've been painting on the shirt here. We don't have time to show the whole thing. So anyway, I've gone ahead and painted some of it, and then I'll just pick up the painting here with the arm. And the arm's kind of dried out a bit, so use my big brush here just to wet it down again. Alright, I've got me a fairly fine brush here. Now when I'm painting a shirt, like this shirt, I don't want to use white. White is just too strong. So I use something a little softer. Now this color is called sandstone. And here's another one, basically the same color by another company. And this one's called desert sand, but they're pretty much the same color. Anyway, set those aside here. Got me a fairly fine brush, and what I like to do is load my brush up and first just outline things. like I was saying, you get in tight spots like this is where the little point on your brush comes really handy. Now again, there's my tip. See, it's curved one way. See that? See how it's curved down? Now, knowing that, I can take that, turn it around, and get in these tight spots. Like under there, to where if it was turned around the other way, I couldn't do that because that tip would curve away from it and it would get paint on the vest. Get in the real tight spots, just lay your brush down and push it. Push it back in there. And keep your brush loaded. Don't paint with it till it's completely dried out. Go back over the areas that you've already painted with it. And everything, because everything's wet, it'll all blend together. And once you get her all outlined like that, you can come back with Old Reliable here. Which I even have Old Reliable in my brushes. And really block in the color. Yes, I carved my hand center. Squeeze out some more paint here. And I think what we're going to have to do, because we're coming up against the time limit, is we'll have to come back with another video to finish the shirt. Sure will be glad when that new system, internet system, gets in here, because hopefully it's going to end all these time restrictions. Yesterday I did a test on my speed out here and it was 5 megabytes. That's download, not upload. Upload's even slower. Well, for the same cost as we're paying for our home phone at the house and the DSL line, I can sign up for a speed of 100 megabytes up and down. Now, you don't think that's an improvement for the same price? I do. And that with that, you can understand how excited we are about getting that out here. It's going to be quite something. Okay, got that all done, so we're going to stop this one here. We're bouncing right at the 15-minute mark. And we'll come back here in just a bit and finish this shirt. So until then, I'll talk to you later.